Hi, guys. I'm not sure if you're going to recognize me because I have no mask on. This is Mrs. Bogush or Mrs. B. I am a school lunch monitor at Minnesota, grades K, Mrs. Manfredi's class, Mrs. Bruden class for first grade, and then fifth grade, Mrs. Hunter. So I am going to read you a book. I'm sitting in my room right now using my son's Chromebook, so I hope I'm doing it right, right? Okay, so everyone get all snuggled and ready, and I'm going to read a book. So the book I'm going to read is called The Mitten. I have never read this book before, but it's a Ukrainian folktale. Okay, so here we go. Once there was a boy named Nicky who wanted his new mittens made from wool as white as snow. Okay. At first, his grandmother Baba did not want to knit white mittens. If you drop one in the snow, she warned, you'll never find it. But Nicky wanted snow white mittens, and finally Baba made them. Okay. After she finished, she said, when you come home, first I will look to see if you are safe and sound, but then I will look to see if you still have your snow white mittens. So off Nicky went, and it wasn't long until one of his new mittens dropped in the snow and it was left behind. Okay, he dropped a white mitten in the white snow. Uh-oh. A mole, tired from tunneling along, discovered the mitten and burrowed inside it. It was cozy and warm and just the right size, so he decided to stay. So a little tiny mole found the white mitten and decided to make it his home. I'm not sure if you can see it. Kind of over here. Okay. Let's see what happens. A snowshoe rabbit came, hopping by. He stopped for a moment to admire his winter coat. It was then that he saw the mitten, and he wiggled it, feet first. The mole didn't think there was room for both of them, but when he saw the rabbit's big kickers, he moved over. Now there's two of them in the mitten. So there's the mitten, and the mole, and the rabbit. Next, a hedgehog came snuffling along. Having spent the day looking under wet leaves for things to eat, he decided to move into the mitten to warm himself. The mole and the rabbit were bumped and jostled, but not being ones to argue with someone covered with prickles, they made room. So now there is a mole. Oops, move my fingers. A mole, a rabbit, and a hedgehog, all in the mitten that Nicky is missing. Uh-oh. As soon as the hedgehog disappeared into the mitten, a big owl, attracted by the commotion, swooped down, and then he decided to move in also. The mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog grumbled, but when they saw the owl's talons, they quickly let him in. Look at that. I guess they got a little nervous. So now that this mitten got really big. They're all squished in there. Almost. You think they're going to fit any more people or animals in there? Oh, I think they might. Up through the snow appeared a badger. He eyed the mitten and began to climb in. The mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, and what else? The owl, right? Were not pleased. There was no room left. But when they saw his diggers, they gave him the thumb. So now, look at all that. There's a lot going on in that mitten. Okay, keep track. Here we go. Uh-oh. It started snowing, but the animals were snug in the mitten. A waft of warm steam rose in the air, and a fox, trotting by, stopped to investigate. Just the sight of the cozy mitten made him feel drowsy. The fox poked the muzzle in, and when the mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, the owl, and the badger saw his shiny teeth, they gave the fox lots of room. All right, that was the fox peeking in, but they made room for him. A Great Bear lumbered by. He spied the Mitten all plumped up, not being one to be left out in the cold. He began to nose his way in. The animals were packed in as tightly as could be, but what animal would argue with a bear? The Mitten swelled and stretched, and it was pulled and bulged to many sizes, way bigger than it was. But Baba's good knitting held fast. Look at this picture. That's a bear. There's a bear peeking in. Look at how big that Mitten got. Uh-oh. Here we go. Oh, there's a lot of things going on in this Mitten. Along came a meadow mouse, no bigger than an acorn. That's tiny. She wriggled into one space left and made herself comfortable on top of the great bear's nose. Let's see. See all the pictures? Can you see right on top of the nose? There it is. It's a lot of animals. All snuggled in Nikki's white mitten. Uh-oh. The bear, tickled by the mouse's whiskers, gave an enormous sneeze. Achoo! A force of the sneeze shot the Mitten up into the sky and scattered the animals in all directions. Oh, they're all over. Look at that. The bear blew them all out of the Mitten. Let's see. On his way home, Nicky saw a white shape in the distance. It was the lost Mitten silhouetted against the blue sky. See that? So the bear helped Nicky find the Mitten because he sneezed and all the animals blew out of the Mitten. And there it is in the blue sky. Let's see. As he ran to catch his snow white Mitten, he saw Baba's face in the window. First, she looked to see if he was safe and sound, and then she saw that he still had his new mittens. That's it. The end. Well, I hope you enjoyed the book, The Mitten. I did. I never read that one before. That was new. So remember, always try to take care of your mittens because the animals could live in them and have some fun. All right? Well, I'm going to get ready for bed now. So you have a good night and go see another book, okay? See you guys tomorrow.